I started as a skinny fat person. That means that my body fat percentage was around 20 to 25% on the picture, with minimal muscle on my frame. I was big, small, and everything but aesthetic. But let's go over what you need to change in order to make a transformation from diet, training split, supplementation, all the other relevant variables that you can control. Diet will play a huge part, and my recommendation is to maintain. And I know, carry some body fat percentage that's going to cover any definition what you would get, but let's be honest, you're not going to get any muscle mass anytime soon, so cutting is not going to be your priority, nor is bulking. But only do this if you are not constantly hungry and you are not out of energy throughout the day when you are eating at a maintenance or being at a body fat percentage where you are right now. And if you feel all of these things, then you can go into a slight surplus, and once you reach to the point where you're not feeling any of these, then you can maintain that. Protein will be the most important. If you get in anything in between 1.6 to 2.2 gram per lean kilogram, then you are fine. And in the beginning, it is going to be easy. I started as 44 kilogram, so all I had to do is intake 100 gram, and that was child's play, really easy. And as you gain muscle, you can slowly increase this amount. And right now I'm intaking 150 gram, and it's probably not going to go higher than that. I eat roughly the same food. When I'm cutting, I'm just decreasing the carbs and the fat. When I'm bulking, I'm increasing those. But the protein is going to be stable. And this is what we call calorie controlling, being in a surplus, maintaining or cutting, whatever is the goal at that moment. Once you know the foods you like to eat, it is going to be super easy. But the problem comes when people are trying to force keto, intermittent fasting, or cutting out a whole food group like carbs, fats, whatever, and they only do it for a small amount of time. Look, if you can't do a certain type of diet for the rest of your life, it failed, you failed. You're setting yourself up to failure, and it is never going to work, only for short term. I prefer a balanced diet, and so do my clients, and this way it is super easy to make it into a habit. It's the foods what you like eating, you're just controlling the calories what you are eating from that. Done. Training is a skill. You will learn coordination, and that takes time, whether you like it or not. Then you learn how to push your sets close to failure, and that's also a skill. Before that, you mastered your form, and now you add another skill, pushing your sets close to failure all the way to failure with as minimal form deviation as possible. Acquiring these skills are going to take you years. It's not going to be months. Sometimes you will feel like you push yourself to failure, but you just mentally gave in. And yes, it is going to take years, so practice. Training split. I have done row split, full body, upper, lower, push-pull leg. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but all of them worked. And the reason is simple. It's not the split that makes the magic, but how you structure it, how you are using it. Currently, I'm running a push-pull leg, arms, legs, and again, the reason is very simple. My arms are my weak point, and they always been and always will be, because they started being this big. Yes, this circle was my arms. The goal of the training split is to make a priority and to put together effective exercises that are going to train the desired muscles with as much volume as you can recover from, given you are pushing most of your sets close to failure and some of them all the way to failure. Supplementation is the biggest scam in the industry. In the beginning, I spent loads of money on L-carnitine, pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout, BCAA, protein powder, and even creatine. And I know creatine is the most researched supplement, and people say that it is the icing on the cake, but it's not. You know those decorations on the cake what nobody wants to eat, but it's edible, and you just offer, yeah, you can have it. It's that. It literally means that much in your training. So it most certainly helps, but it only does that much. Protein powder is still something I use for convenience, but nothing else. I'm literally not buying creatine, nothing. Unfortunately, people are pushing all of these supplements down your throat, even though they're not going to do anything for you, and you're just having the iceberg the other way around. If you can get yourself a trainer for that much money, who's going to teach you all the skills what I just listed above, diet, training split, you're going to get way further than focusing on supplementation. And those are the only things what you need to transform your body. And this is why I'm not sure how we got to this point, but supplementation is the biggest scam in the whole industry. Last, but still one of the most important pillars, is consistency. If you rely on motivation, you already failed. I haven't been motivated to train in the last 4 or 5 years, but I'm still going because it's a habit. And the habit is not something you always want to do, but it's something you have to do. You're not going to be muscular just from training 1 to 2 years. I have been training for 3 years on and off when I had money as a student, and for 7 years consistently without any break. So the transformation you see is 10 years, maybe less than 10 years, because that picture wasn't taken today. Your body is going to change consistently throughout these years, but if someone is trying to sell you a quick fix solution that you can get there in 1 year or 12 weeks, you're up for a scam, and it is not going to be helpful. What you need is information. That's all you need, and professional help if that's something we are considering. I hope this helped and gave you some insight on how you can transform your body as well. This wasn't always my job. I know it's hard, but you can do it, and I'm uploading information so you can do it as well without any barriers, or with the least amount of barriers. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and watch these 2 videos next. And I'm going to talk to you in the next one.